What's up everybody, Gatania bringing you the Rainbow Six Siege news. Today we got the Year 5 Season 1.2 designer notes out, and without further ado, let's jump right into them. Okay, so let's dive right into the document. So in the document here they are saying that they are balancing around professional players. This has been the case for the last few years. We know that this is like how they operate. Also, they decided to mention that a few topics will not be feasible to discuss. For example, Jaeger becoming a 2-2. This is likely because of the amount of people who actually play Jaeger, which I will come back into, making it very difficult to make everybody happy about him becoming a 2-2. Okay, let's talk win rate and pick rates. So here we see the operator chart for attackers in platinum above in Year 5 Season 1 attackers. Finka's back on top. Finka has the highest win rate in the game right now, but still an extremely low pick rate. This is likely because she is strategized on rushing strategies. That is why you can also see Blitz as high up with her. Ashe and Sophia is still oppressive in the overpicked and too strong category. Now there are two things that I want to notice here. Buck is in the overpicked but too weak category, and he's losing his frag grenades, so I'm assuming we'll see him dive way back, maybe over at Montagne. Ying will get back to the overpicked likely because she gets the smoke grenades and extra candelas and a buff to her gun, which results in her being much more viable. Here we can see the defense chart. Now, what sticks out here? Jaeger, what the f? Jaeger is up at the 90. He's above 90% pick rate. How? That says a lot about the operator. He has over 90% pick rate and requires to be dealt with. He's getting the 2-2. I'm assuming we'll see him go way back, but he'll still be very viable because his ability is potentially one of the best ones in the game. Other things that really stick out on this one is Kapkan's impressive win rate. Right, so into bans. Here at bans we can see the attack bans are quite fine. They are balanced out. You'll see Jackal being a little bit too oppressive as per usual. Actually getting a lot of bans because it allows you to play Bandit and Kite much more reliable. But we also have Blackbeard, Montagne, Maverick and Nomad on the ban list. I'm assuming this is because of map specific scenarios. Blackbeard gets a lot of banning because he is an automatic win on certain bomb sites if you can manage to get the bomb down. Because you can hold an angle with little to no competition. Maverick is also probably banned a lot because of maps like Clubhouse, where you can just where having a Maverick is very important. Montagne ban kind of surprises me, but I guess it's fair enough because Montagne can be very oppressive with people who are good at coordinating each other. So let's jump into defense bans. Nothing new here. Defense bans are as they have always been. Kapkan has the 1% ban rate, fine. Caveira, Legion, Maestro is okay. Echo and Mira is highly dominating this because of intel and being almost impossible to deal with like a coordinated team. Clash ban is also at 14% because Clash is enabled again and nobody likes playing against Clash. Valkyrie ban and Kite ban is also no surprise. Kite can be very frustrating on certain bomb sites where you need to have your hatches open. For example, for that will be Bank. The hatches in Bank when you're playing downstairs is essential to get up and also really difficult to deal with if Thatcher is banned. So I'm going to quickly go over these. I made an own video talking about the gameplay changes coming to each operator. Ying gets smoke grenades, no more Claymore. This is a really good change, I think. It'll shake up the meta a little bit. They also gave an extra Candela and increased her T95 damage to 46. This is not a huge change, but it allows her to give a little bit of a better heads up in gunfights. They also say here that they want her to be rushing in, and that is horrifying when you remember the old meta where she would just yeet all her stuff at the site and then you'll get the plant and win the round. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about the controversial thing. Jaeger becoming a 2-2. Jaeger becoming a 2-2 is because of his insane KD ratio and his 90% pick rate ratio, obviously. He is insane at winning games and he has one of the most distinct roles and cannot be overseen by anything. Even with Van Mai added, we do not see him as a viable option for Jaeger because of Jaeger's gun presence, speed presence and ability, including to having barbed wire. This nerf is going to be interesting to see him play, but I think it's good for the game. Mazi. Super shorty, gone. I talked about this in the other video. I think this is interesting. Well, let's see how it goes, but I'm not sure if I like this. Buck. So let's talk a little bit about Buck. Buck is getting his frag grenades removed and added a claymore, and he also gets more shots to his skeleton key. I see this as a meh, because frag grenades are toxic in the way that like they are very difficult to deal with in the hands of a good player as long as you can get rid of the ADSs. Him losing frag grenades is just going to make him less viable, and he was already fairly balanced, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Now here's the final change, which is the Suprise change. Goyo also got a straight up nerf to himself. We thought it will only be the gun, as I talked about in the last video, but Goyo also got one less Vulcan shield. This is going to be very interesting to see in action, because his low win rate is one thing, but in the pro league meta he's very oppressive, and I just expect him to see way less play in rank now, and he's just going to be a pro league asset, and that's it. Alright, so those are the news coming to the Year 5 Season 1.2 update, and I'm hoping that you guys are enjoying this informative video. If you have anything you want to discuss, do it down below. I'd also like some feedback on how you like these news updates, and I'll see you guys when the next one comes out.